Everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be ranking the Call of Duties today, so I thought I would hop on... I decided to hop on Black Ops 3 because the last COD video I made was on MW2, so I just think we could switch it up a little bit. And I'm sure some of you have seen what I'm going to be doing today. There's like this online website that makes like ranking systems, so you can put all of the list of anything like fast food or movies or whatever. In this case, we're going to do Call of Duties, and then you rank them based on where you think that they fall worst to best. Yeah, I know probably some of you are like, what are you running? I'm running this site because it has literally like no recoil when you put it on the long zoom instead of the close one. Like, look at that. It just, you snap heads. Right, but let's just go ahead and start. I kind of want to start on the bottom of the list and work my way up. I'm sure most of you know where what we'll have at the top of the list, but I kind of want to start at the bottom, and just to focus a little bit more on why the CODs that are at the bottom, in my opinion. Holy cow. Just keep going. Just keep running. Now, before we start with the bottom, these, I labeled them as ... and that's because I don't want to call them the worst. I don't want to call them bad, because if you look at numbers, they still sold ridiculous. They probably made a ton of money. Just because they weren't fan favorites does not mean that they were a horrible Call of Duty, or just because they weren't my favorites doesn't mean they were a horrible Call of Duty. Now, with that said, let's hop into it. So I put at the bottom, I put 4 CODs. These are all equally at the bottom. No particular order. I just think that they are like some of the least popular and less widely liked by the community. I'm trying to heal again. What am I doing? Ooh, snapped on. So at the bottom of the list, we have World War II, Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, and Advanced Warfare. Now, if you look at my list, I have 2 Advanced Movement and 2 Boots on Ground Call of Duties in the bottom tier. And that's because, personally, I don't mind Advanced Movement. Really, I don't. I'm playing Advanced Movement right now. I think it's actually a pretty... they were in a pretty weird position when they had to make the decision of whether they were going to add Advanced Movement or not. And when they did, it's kind of like... I understand they were trying to liven up the game, but... At this point, it doesn't matter what Call of Duty puts out, people are still going to hate it. Now, with that being said, I think both the Advanced Movement, Advanced Warfare, and Infinite Warfare had great campaigns, and Infinite Warfare had incredible competitive, like one of the best competitive since Ghost. Like, it was really good, but it's just not the multiplayer experience that everybody was hoping for, so that's why I ranked them a little bit lower on the scale. Now, the reason that I have World War II and Black Ops 4 in the bottom as well is because World War II at release was kind of meh. It was really imbalanced. Nobody really liked how it looked because it was so dark. But personally, I think that Call of Duty did exactly what we asked as a community. We wanted a World War II game that made it feel like we were in World War II. They even added the mode where like you're storming the beach at D-Day, and like I just think that the community asked for didn't know what they were asking for when they asked for this game, so it was just perceived pretty poorly. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just, you know, the community didn't take it that great. And for Black Ops 4, Black Ops 4 is probably, I'm gonna say it, my least favorite Call of Duty. On release, it was atrocious. They did a terrible job, and I'm really disappointed with how frequently they updated it. I mean, Blackout was literally in like beta form. It was just... The whole release, I feel like, was rushed, and they should have taken an extra month instead of releasing it in October. It was a letdown compared to what Black Ops 3 brought to the table. I just got fried. So all in all, I'm pretty disappointed with Black Ops 4, and I'm probably never going to touch that game again. I might even go back and play Advanced Warfare just for fun, but, like, I probably will never touch Black Ops 4 ever again. Now, let me just make this clear. Like, I started on COD 2. Like, I'm on Xbox 360. I have boots on the ground from the get-go. I'm more of, like, an Infinity Ward kid than a Treyarch kid. But, like, Black Ops 3 was a freaking good, well-put-together COD, and Black Ops 4 is just a letdown. You know, I feel like most people would probably agree with the first 4. Maybe not Black Ops 4. They might put it a little higher because of Blackout, which I do think is a fun game. But moving on to good. I'm labeled it best, great, good, and then ... because I didn't have a name for it because I'm just a little disappointed. Oh, snapped on. Right, but these Call of Duties, they're good, in my opinion. They're not my favorites. I enjoyed playing them. It's just like when these games came out, I didn't grind them like I grinded, say, this game in particular. So I didn't have as good of a experience, but they're still really solid CODs, and I enjoyed them. We're out. So that's MW3, Black Ops 3, and World at War. Honestly, I don't even know if I played World at War online. I did enjoy the campaign a lot. Black Ops 1, again, I didn't play that much online. MW3, I played a lot. It's hard to come back from a game when you've got you know, MW2 as the game before it. But yeah, that's sort of where they. No for real particular reason. Minus I didn't play them all that much comparatively. So that's sort of the good. We can move on to the great. And great is these are the games that I will still hop back on and play. I really do love these Call of Duties. They're just not my favorites. And that's Ghost, COD 4, and Black Ops 2. You know, Black Ops 2 is a classic. Again, like, I'm not a huge Treyarch kid. I prefer the Infinity War series over Treyarch. I feel like, you know, you're either a Black Ops 2 or an MW2 kid, and I just happen to be the MW2. But with that being said, Black Ops 2 is one of those games you can always hop back on, and same with Modern Warfare. It's just their classics. They even remastered Modern Warfare, which I think are pretty different games. So I didn't even rank Modern Warfare Remastered. That's Modern Warfare, like, the original. And then Ghost. I think Ghost gets title for the most underranked, underappreciated, because of the time. That, like, Ghost is the reason that we got a W, because people were like, this game sucks, and now looking back at it, that game was pretty nice, and I think the community relatively, you know, agrees that they kind of messed up when saying Ghost was trash. But I think as a community, looking back on the game, we kind of realized, like, Ghost was not bad. I think Ghost had the best campaign ever, changed my mind, and I think that Ghost multiplayer, just the maps were a little bit dull, and that's what made everybody hate it. And with only 2 Call of Duties remaining, they fall under the best category. My favorite CODs are Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare 2. Now, I know there's somebody watching that's like, Black Ops 3? And the reason that I like Black Ops 3 so much is because they made advanced movement done, like, correct. Very good. And this is the best advanced movement game that we had by far. Holy cow, I'm dead. I'm dead. Ah! Not only did they do it well, but they did this typical Treyarch, you know, 3-lane maps, and that works so good for this movement system. They also had, I think, the most balanced weapons out of all COD, like, ever. And it's an aesthetically pleasing game. It's really bright and fun, and that's one of the things that, you know, games like Infinite Warfare and World War II lacked, and that's why people didn't like them. But I like this game a ton. I think it's obvious why MW2 is the GOAT, because it's just the GOAT. I put that at number 1. Not that there's any, you know, differential. I'm gonna pick MW2 before I pick any other COD. And that's just because, first of all, it is the game that made, you know, content, made sniping, made all that stuff good for Call of Duty. I think it's kind of that and Modern Warfare are the 2 CODs that definitely, like, launched Call of Duty into, you know, what it is today. And I seriously believe when they release Modern Warfare 4 this summer, or this fall, it's going to save Call of Duty. We're gonna have a little revival, and it's gonna be awesome. Ooh, snapped. But yeah, that's just my ranking list. I would love to hear where you guys, if there are any that we agree on, let me know. If there's any that we disagree on, let me know too, because, you know, maybe you can say something that I'll be like, you know, yeah, I should have ranked that higher, or yeah, I should have ranked that lower. So just let me know. I love to, you know, kind of play this ranked game with the Call of Duties, because it's one of those things that everybody's got their own opinion on, and nobody's right or wrong. It's kind of just what you believe. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure, holy cow, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. And that's gonna do it for the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Hey, and we dropped the 50 bomb with the commentary. Let's get it.